And I do appreciate the opportunity to be here with all of you. So, as mentioned, I am Kim Riddle. I am the Business Development Manager for the U.S. with Aruba Tourism Authority. And, we're going to talk a little bit about Aruba and all that the island has to offer for your clients, and kind of help you sell the destination a little bit better, because it is a little different of a destination. So as I said, we'll talk a little bit about what Aruba has to offer for your clients, answer some questions, and kind of take it away from there a little bit. So to start off with, when you're talking about different destinations, whether it's in the Caribbean or anywhere, people kind of wonder, well, what makes, that destination different from this other destination? Is it just price point? Aren't they all just a beautiful beach? Yes and no, but when it comes to Aruba, one thing that sets us apart is it's not just, about the beach. It's not just about the activities or the resorts. It's really about the feeling that you get when you're at the destination. And that's what draws the people back to the island time and time again. It's about how you feel when you're at the destination. And there's not just one thing that makes that happen. And so when you're in Aruba, it's all about that experience that you have. It's about the engagement that you have at the destination. The more you engage and interact with the island, the more you fall in love with the island, and then you're going to come back with the island more and more. We have the highest repeat visitor rate in the Caribbean, so we are blessed with that. And so we're going to talk about, some of those reasons of why, you just transform in Aruba, and why you have that internal transformation, and why that happiness tends to stay with you long after you return home, and why you then return back to the destination. So you want to recapture that feeling again. So of course, one of the main reasons is our beautiful beaches. Aruba has some of the best beaches, not only in the Caribbean, but around the world. Eagle Beach has been named the #1 best beach in the Caribbean, not only by TripAdvisor, but also by Travel and Leisure. We have this talcum powder, soft, beautiful sand, powder white sugar sand that is cold to the touch. So it doesn't retain the heat during the middle of the day. So right there in itself makes it a perfect beach situation. So for people coming down to the island, you don't have to worry about being in the middle of the day. You can walk out on it. If you've got kids with you, they can be building sandcastles. They're not going to burn their feet, burn their bums. They can really enjoy the beach. And so, for a couple, walking hand in hand on the beach, you want to be able to do that barefoot and not worry about burning your feet any time of the day. It just really makes for an ideal beach destination. So the sand is ideal. So we have these wonderful beaches, and it's not just the resort area beaches, it's all the beaches around the island. So whether you're at the resort beaches or coming to some of our other beaches, we've got about 20 beaches on island. They're all amazing. Baby Beach, Arashi Beach are in some of the top 25 best beaches of the Caribbean. Eagle Beach has actually been named the #2 best beach of the world. So you've got some amazing beaches to check out. Something to keep in mind, and you're going to be hearing this as it gets closer to, the Christmas holidays, or especially come January. The Eagle Beach and Palm Beach, the resort areas, they do not get sargassum. There's not a lot of beaches in the Caribbean that do not get sargassum. These two beach areas can never get sargassum because of us being so far south in the Caribbean, so close to the South American border, and so far to the west. The mat of sargassum cannot float around the island and then float back into the resort area. So for people, when they're thinking about, especially that spring break timeframe, they don't have to worry about that smelly seaweed that piles up on some of these destination beaches. They don't have that in Aruba. And I think that's what plummeted us to the #1 spot, or not plummeted, that made us sail to the top of the #1 spot of the Caribbean beaches, and why we knocked Grace Bay, Turks and Caicos off the list. So we'll take it however it happened. We were always sitting at #2. So we'll take it. Another reason why people love coming to Aruba is it's the ideal weather. 360 days of beautiful sunshine. Yeah, I'll give like 5 days of iffy weather. Yesterday was one of them. That tropical storm that's right there at Puerto Rico heading to the DR, it sucked the wind out of Aruba. I talk all the time about how we have these constant trade winds in Aruba that keeps the rain clouds away. We only get 16 inches of rainfall a year. It keeps the humidity relatively low. What a blessing. I live in Houston. So yeah, anytime we don't get humidity, I am in heaven. It keeps the pesky bugs away. It is such a blessing not to have to worry about the rain or the humidity or the temperatures. It's always in the mid 80s. But when you have a storm like that in the Caribbean, whether it's a tropical storm or a hurricane, it sucks the wind out of the rest of the Caribbean. And so our wind goes flat and then we get the rain clouds. So we had some rain yesterday. And so it wasn't that ideal weather destination yesterday. So that was one of our 5 days. But it makes for beautiful sunsets as that comes around in the evening. So we'll take it one way or the other. So it's still a blessing on the other end of it. Also, the people in Aruba, wonderful people that live on island. Tourism is our main source of income. So people in Aruba learn from such a young age how important tourism is. So they are very warm and welcoming. We have 100 distinct nationalities that live in Aruba. People have settled in Aruba from all around the world. And so having this melting pot of cultures that live on island is just amazing in itself. And everybody speaks a minimum of 4 languages: English, Spanish, Dutch, Papiamento. They have to graduate from high school. So there's no language barriers for people on island. Those who are in the tourism sector will go on to speak an additional 5th or 6th language, because Papiamento is made up of 6 different languages. But they want to make sure that they are able to communicate and really make the people who are coming from other countries feel welcome. So like we have flights from Italy. So people in the tourism sector have learned to speak Italian. So this is what the people in Aruba do just automatically. They want to engage with people on island. They want to know your story. They want to share their story. And so this is why it's really very different in Aruba, because they truly want to interact with the tourists. Tourists want to interact with the locals, and it's so easy to do. And when you come back to the island, you're looking at people that you've met on island, and it's like coming home, visiting family. And that's how you really feel when you're at the destination. So that's a very big difference with the destination. It's that feeling that you have. And again, it's also the ease at the destination, not only the ease of communicating with people on island, but also that ease of just everything around. The currency in Aruba, though it's the Aruban florin, everybody takes the US dollars. They price things in US dollars. They give you change back in the US dollar. You never have to exchange your currency. So that makes it super easy for you. You can drive on the right-hand side of the road. Easy to get around. So for those people, especially for your clients, the Gen Zers, the millennials that want to do things on their own, have them rent a Jeep. Rent a Jeep for them. You get the commission. They can use Maps ME, and that's an app that works as a GPS, and they can navigate themselves around the island, and it doesn't use their data. So again, Maps ME, Mary Edward, maps.me, and that works around the island, and they can see everything on their own. You still get the commission for the vehicle, and they have the accessibility to see everything that they want. A Jeep will go everywhere on island, and they don't have to worry about not being able to, oh, I don't want to go with other people. I want to explore on my own. It's safe, and they get to do the things they want to do. So you're driving on the right-hand side of the road. It's easy, and definitely give them that tip. Plus, we have one of the world's largest desalination plants in Aruba. So you can drink the water straight from the tap in Aruba. So drinking water is just as good as bottled water in the US. Most of our hotels will have refill drinking stations throughout the hotel. Many of the hotels will even give you the stainless steel refillable containers So, oh, you can't see mine because I don't have it close enough. So something like this. So it's really great. You can just easily refill those. I know if you're at an all-inclusive, you're refilling it with alcohol, but you can refill it with water and take it out on a trip, and makes it easy in that regards. That helps us as a destination as well. We're one of the most sustainable destinations in the Caribbean. Plastic does not recycle easily in the Caribbean. So it helps us in that sustainability effort as well. We're not having as many plastic bottles throughout the destination. Cuisine is a huge draw for the destination. With having so many nationalities on island, they've all brought their cuisine to the destination too. You can find any type of cuisine on island. You want restful? You've got it. We've got Indian food. You've got Peruvian food. You can have whatever type of cuisine you're looking for. There's a pricing and flavor for everyone. You can dine around the world while you're on vacation, just steps from the ocean. It is amazing. We have your fine dining. You've got even your chef's tasting menu restaurants, the chef's tables. There's 9 of them in Aruba. You can do the dining with your feet in the sand or toes in the water. What a romantic, incredible experience. So many people pop a question during that type of a meal. You've got your local cuisine where, it's literally from the ocean and prepared and delivered right to your table, or farm to table. So ocean to table or farm to table. We even have a robust food truck scene. So there's something for everyone. And again, like I said, a pricing for everyone. So even if you do an all-inclusive, people still tend to go off property and dine once or twice just because of the fact that it's so accessible. 400 different restaurants to choose from on a tiny 70 square mile island. So it's just so easy. If you want to put that into perspective, our size of destination, we're the size of Cozumel. So you throw 400 restaurants on the size of Cozumel, and that's what you've got. So it's just an incredible option for people just to go out and dine throughout the island. It's kind of like if you were to go to New Orleans, and if they offered the all-inclusive, sure, people would take it, but they're still going to go out. They're going to have their go down to Cafe Du Monde and have their beignet, and they're going to go out to Bourbon Street, and they're still going to go out and do all of these other things as well. So that's how you would relate us to other destinations. So what would be some of the things that your clients would want to do when they come to Aruba? Obviously, people are having their likes and dislikes and things that they want to do. Aruba has something, again, for everyone, whether it is cultural activities. You saw the murals, we're the street art capital of the Caribbean, or if they're really wanting to get down and dirty and really explore a destination. You have your topside attractions. You've got all of your water activities as well. We're the top wreck diving destination in the Caribbean. With those trade winds, it's huge for windsurfing and kiteboarding as well. If you've got somebody that do-it-yourselfer that wants to, instead of going out on the escorted tour for a snorkel trip. I mean, look at this excursion, amazing excursion going out to the 400-foot German freighter that was scuttled during World War II. It's only accessible by an escorted tour, which you could do private, but I mean, especially now that we're talking again, some outbreaks of a variant of I don't hate to say the C word, but again, they're talking again. I hate to say we're talking again, but some people may not feel comfortable with so many people on a catamaran. If that's the case, if they've rented a vehicle, you can tell them, you can drive right up the road here to Tres Trepi when you can walk in from the shore and you can swim with the turtles. You can drive over here to Malmock. You can actually, if you're staying at a property like Boardwalk or the Holiday Inn, Marriott, or even Ritz-Carlton, you can walk up to Malmock. You could do some great snorkeling right there at Malmock. You can drive down to Mango Halto, just south of the airport. Incredible reef system down there, and swim with turtles in that area as well. There's so many different places that you can walk in from the shore and do some incredible snorkeling. If you've got a vehicle, you can really hit those up. So work with your sales manager and getting that information. And they're not going to find this information from the OTAs. They're not going to get that from Expedia. They get that from a travel advisor. This is where you shine, but you can help get that information from us. That's where your sales manager, your BDMs, that's where we come in to help you get that information, because you're not going to know this from every single destination out there. You can't remember everything, but what you can remember is, who's my contact? Who do I call? And that's where we come in to help you be the shining star for your client. Maybe you have people that want to just do the topside attractions. We've got a lot of different things to see around the island. All of your tour operators, if you book through ALG, if you're booking, FunJet, Apple, Travel Impressions, if you want to prefer doing something with Delta Vacations, whomever you're booking with, they all work with De Palm Tours. De Palm Tours has these great Jeep tours. This is the best way to go around the island. Sometimes you'll hear people that will ask, what about an ATV or UTV? Those sound like a lot of fun. In Aruba, we don't recommend it because a fifth of the island, 20% of the island is not accessible by those. They're outlawed throughout a fifth of the island. Arikok National Park, you're not going to be able to be accessing that part of the island. So a Jeep is what you want to do. You want to do the Jeep tours. They have a half-day tour, a full-day tour, and when you go on these tours, then you're able to go into Arikok National Park where you have a natural pool. Getting there is half of the fun, that's half of the adventure, but it's a breathtaking spot to go in. You get to swim inside this beautiful hole that's been carved out by the incessant waves. We've got the caves that are in the Arikok National Park, beautiful spot to see in there as well. We've got the Isle Rock Formations, half-day tour goes to Casabari Rock Formations. You also get to go to the Murano Studio Art Glass Blowing Factory and see a demonstration. If you're going out on your own, you can go and do a workshop there. This is a family from Murano, Italy. So they brought their craft from Murano, Italy. So it is the true glass blowing craft from Italy. Amazing work. You go out to the Donkey Sanctuary, which is all run by volunteers. Amazing opportunity to go and just interact here. Of course, even the half-day tours will go over to the Chapel of Alta Vista, the first seaside chapel in Aruba. It has the Stations of the Cross there and a peace labyrinth behind it. It's all overlooking the ocean. You've got the gold mine ruins. You have the lighthouse. You can even do a tour up to the top for $10. Amazing views from the top of that lighthouse. There's just a lot of different things. You'll go to the natural bridge on this tour as well. Great spots. You'll see the entire island on the full day tour. You'll see half of the island on the half day tour, but it's a great way to actually see the destination. For those that want something a little bit different, De Palm Tours has a private island. This island is an excursion on its own where you can actually see the flamingos. It's an all-inclusive island with your food and your beverages, including alcoholic beverages, included for your duration out there. It includes the banana boat rides. It includes the water slide park for the teenagers and us young at hearts. It also has a splash pads for the littles, and you can then upgrade to have your private cabanas, spa treatments, and even sea trek, which is the helmet dive, where you walk 20 feet below the surface of the water. It's an amazing opportunity for the non-diver, trying to be able to see the underwater world without getting your hair wet. I'm a Texas diva. I love that part. Your makeup stays dry and you come out looking just as gorgeous as when you went in the water. So all you have to be able to do is walk and breathe. So it's a great experience for a lot of people to get to do that. And people are down there with you. Scuba divers are down there filming the whole thing. They're feeding fish around you. So it's a really great experience. I want to highlight a couple of different locations on island and a couple of hotels for you. I'm going to start here in downtown Oranjestad. Downtown Oranjestad is our capital city. This is where the cruise ships come in. So if you ever have somebody coming to Aruba, this is right where they're going to come in. They're going to see the beautiful Dutch facade, that Dutch architecture, the pastel colored buildings of the Caribbean feel. And right here in town, you have about 70 different restaurants. So a lot of restaurants and dining here in downtown. You've got museums and art galleries. And the restaurants here in town, it's not just your high end. Yes, you have some high end, but on Tuesdays, Lucy's has $2 tacos, Taco Tuesday. How wonderful is that? But $2 tacos. You have a speakeasy here in downtown. You've got a lot of different options to choose from here. Also here in downtown Oranjestad, and it's only 5 minutes from, so it's real close to the airport. But you also have the Renaissance. Renaissance is located here in the heart of downtown, hooked up into the shopping mall, and they have a private island that they use for the beach. So this is a part of their private island. They have the private cabanas. This is the flamingo side, the adults only side. And they also have the private cabanas over on the family friendly side. The property on the flamingo side, you have the flamingos that'll eat right out of your hand. The property from the private island, they have a boat. It takes 7 minutes to get to the private island. The boat will then run over to the hotel, both at the marina as well as the ocean suites. The marina tower is adults only. This is a shot of the marina tower right here. Maximum of 2 people per room. And then they have the ocean suites as well, which is your 1-bedroom suites that has the pull-out sleeper sofa in the living room area. The island itself actually has the restaurant, the 2 bar areas. They've got nature trails there. They've got a small gym on the private island, a wedding cove, a spa cove, a lot going on the private island, as well as the water sports over there. So there's a lot happening there. The resorts, that too, the Ocean Suite side here, they have the swim up pool bar, beautiful freeform swimming pool area. With this being over on the ocean side, they do have a beautiful beach area, but you can only wade into the water. So you can't go out and swim into the water because that's where the boats then go by. And so it's dangerous if you were to be swimming there. But beautiful beach, and you can get into the water and get about waist deep. On the marina side, it's an infinity pool overlooking the marina. And that's a beautiful kind of a Miami Beach feel at that property. Both towers do offer the all-inclusive. Now, you saw the flamingos. A lot of people will ask, how can I get over to the island if I'm not staying here? Basically, you can't. I mean, they do sell a ticket for $125 per person, and that includes the day over at the island and a $25 food and beverage credit. It really is for the best if somebody just stays at the hotel, even if it's for a one night. Even if you're not going to stay at the hotel, have your people book the night. When they sell the tickets to the private island, it is based upon availability of the hotel if they have occupancy levels at a certain level. So if the hotel is full, 90% or higher, they sell no tickets. If it is between 89% to lower, anywhere lower, they'll sell up to 20 tickets, and that's it per day. The tickets go on sale the Saturday prior to the week of that actual week. So if your clients won't even know if they're able to get a ticket until right before they go. So people really stress out whether or not they're even going to get a ticket to go over to the island. So best thing is to either book them over at De Palm versus Renaissance Island, or book them the one night here. Ocean Suites holds 4 people. If it's 2 couples, book the 1 room. 4 people are then covered. It's $125 per ticket, which if you add 125 times the 4, that's much more expensive than a 1 room night in an Ocean Suite. And they would have 2 days on Renaissance Island. Even if they never went into the room, it's coming out ahead. So these are little things that your sales manager can help you with and help you look like the rock star that you are going to be or are already. So that's how we can help you. Eagle Beach is 5 minutes from downtown Oranjestad. This is that #1 beach in the Caribbean. This is that quiet, tranquil area in Aruba. This is the area that people would go to if they are wanting to veg out and just relax. All right. Though the island is small, it's only 19 and a half miles long by 6 miles wide, size of Cozumel, right? Tiny island. We're smaller than Manhattan. So tiny little island, but you still want to make sure that you put people in the right beach location before you just start putting them in a hotel. Because if they're in the wrong beach area, then everything can go awry. So Eagle Beach is for that person who just wants to veg out, relax, and just be peaceful. So here in the Eagle Beach area, you can walk to about 30 different restaurants, a little bit of shopping, a little bit of nightlife. There's 2 casinos in the area. It's just for that person that wants to relax and veg out. It's 5 minutes to downtown Oranjestad or 5 minutes up to Palm Beach for activities. So here's a shot of where that's located. You've got that compass rose, the red star right there. And so that's going to be 10 minutes from the airport. And in this area, I wanted to highlight an all-inclusive property, the Divya Aruba. And I'm highlighting this one because of the fact that it's not a chain resort. A lot of people are familiar with the chain name properties, but you're not familiar with the name Divya Aruba. This is a smaller property. It's only 2 stories. They do have one tower, the pool view building, which is a 5-story building. That one actually has an elevator. So if you have anybody that has to have the elevator access, make sure you ask for that pool view room category so they can have an elevator. Otherwise, it's stairs, first floor or second floor. The property actually has, nice, beautiful beach area. They've got 3 swimming pools. And when you stay here, nice spacious room, you have full privileges and access to their sister property next door, the Tamarind Aruba, which are all oceanfront. Every room is oceanfront. They only have 2 room categories. They have an oceanfront room and a premium oceanfront room. And you're going to laugh at me when I tell you the only difference between the 2 room categories is an oversized room tile. That's it. So if you're looking at these rooms, you see the rooms that are recessed back a little bit from the other rooms that are out. The rooms that are sticking out are the premium oceanfront rooms, and the rooms that are set back just a foot are the oceanfront. That is 1 foot square, 1 foot by 1 foot square tile for the room. That is the only difference. If it's a family of 4 staying in a room, they might want the premium oceanfront. If it's honeymoon couple, they're fine with oceanfront. So knowing that difference is great for you to be able to tell your clients so that they can save that little bit of money, and you can tell them that difference. All those rooms are oceanfront. Again, when you stay here, breathtaking views, basic modern room, but breathtaking view right from your bed, laying in bed, looking out at the ocean. But you have full access next door at the Divya Aruba. So between the 2 properties, they've got the brand new coffee shop. You've also got 9 restaurants and 10 bars to choose from. And there's a golf cart that will run you back and forth. So if you don't want to walk it, you don't have to worry about it. So it makes it really easy for you, and plenty of options for dining, plenty of different types of cuisine for dining. So that makes it very special and makes it wonderful too for your clients. So keep them in mind. Also here on the Eagle Beach area, I do want to highlight the #1 property for romance, not only in Aruba, but also in the Caribbean, Bukudi and Tara Beach Resort. This is a small, intimate property, 104 rooms sitting on 14 acres of gorgeous beach. It's the first property in the Caribbean that was certified carbon neutral. The owner is on property almost at all times, and he is the leader for sustainability in the Caribbean. This property is just an amazing resort. It's the hardest property to book, but you can call their toll-free number and you can book it direct. You can either keep it direct and get 15% commission, and your client would get an amenity, or you can then release it to your tour operator and book it that direction. If you just use the toll-free number, at least that way you're able to get something taken care of immediately. If you're waiting to go through your tour operator, some tour operators will put it on request, but others just work on what they have in inventory. And so if it's not showing available, then it's just not showing available. Others are going to wait till the end of the day and send all the requests down at the same time. So in the meantime, somebody else may be calling and getting that last room. So it's always nice just to pick up the phone and build that relationship and give that quick call. And then you can always release it to any of your tour operator because everybody works with them. So keep that in mind because it works very well for everybody. And that seems to be the best way for people to book this property. It's on very high demand. Last property on Eagle Beach I wanted to mention is Embassy Suites. It just opened up in April. And it is just across the street from the beach, but there's nothing on the beach in front of it. It looks like a really big resort, but it's because every room, with the exception of 40 of them, it's 320 rooms, 40 of the rooms do not face the water. They face the bird sanctuary behind it, but everything else is ocean view. So they are your typical Embassy suite with your living room area and your bedroom, the little kitchenette. And what is really amazing is the fact that they can accommodate 5 in a room. Most hotel rooms cannot accommodate 5. I was a family of 5. I've got 3 boys. So every time we traveled, it was always a situation of you have to have 2 rooms. You have to have 2 rooms. It's very frustrating, or you had to have a 2-bedroom or something like that. So this is wonderful to know that you can get the 2 double beds, the pull-out sleeper here, and all of you can be in one room and not have to go to the added expense. So keep that in mind for any of your clients as a family of 5. Embassy Suites can accommodate them. Also with this Embassy Suites, it is not like the traditional in the US where they actually do here the full breakfast daily. In the US, they don't have that on Saturdays and Sundays. Here we do in Aruba. So it's every day of the week. Also that reception with that complimentary beverage and the snacks in the evening, that's daily as well. So you get that on Friday night, you get that on Saturday night. So it's every day. So that's always a nice thing to keep in mind for your clients. They do get that little added perk at the destination too, and it's daily. As we move up the beach a little bit, just 5 more minutes up the road from Eagle Beach is Palm Beach. From Embassy Suites, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump because that's on the far end of Eagle Beach. But we've got the Palm Beach area. Palm Beach is your active location. This is where you are going to want to be if you're an adrenaline junkie, if you're a family, if you've got teens and tweens, if you want to be able to walk to everything. So this, you can walk to 105 dining outlets, shopping that's open till 10 o'clock at night. You have 9 casinos, 2 of which are 24 hours a day. All the hotels are connected on the street with the sidewalk, the beach with the boardwalk. So it's just that very active location. Where the picture is taken right here is where they're building the St. Regis. If you look all the way in the middle of the picture, there's a yellow building. That is the Ritz-Carlton. From the St. Regis to the Ritz-Carlton is a 25 to 30-minute walk. So that's how long the Palm Beach stretch is. It's right there where that Compass Rose is. So that's going to be 15 minutes from the airport. The Ritz-Carlton to the airport is 15 minutes away. And here's a shot from the street side. So you can see, you know, everything is just very close by. Our properties are not down a long road from the main street. It sits on the street itself. It's just a 2-lane road. And then across the street is where all the activities are. So in the evening, people are walking up and down the street, going to all the restaurants, going to the shops, going to the clubs. They're doing everything along this Palm Beach strip. And this is that happening spot. So this is really the place to be for that hub of activity in the evening, or again, downtown Oranjestad would be. In this area, I wanted to talk briefly about the Hilton. Hilton was the first hotel on Palm Beach. This property since it was the first, it picked the best beach area. They have 2 beautiful freeform swimming pools with several areas of zero access entry. They have currently 3 separate towers This is what their rooms currently look like. But all that's changing. They're adding on a fourth tower right now. It's a 7-story building that's going to house 122 rooms that will have swim out suites. If you're on the Hilton website, it actually has that spot that says, see what's happening or see what's coming. And you can actually see the resort enhancements. It shows you the pictures of what the rooms will look like. It shows you where the timeline of everything. It shows you the enhancements that will then be carried out to the other towers. It shows you what they'll be doing at the restaurants. All of this will be taking place between now. They've just started. They've broken ground on the tower, and it is running through May of 25. So it's a long process. They will stop all renovations and construction over Christmas, New Year's of this year, as well as next year. So that is the time frame that they won't be doing any of that. So, but keep an eye on all of it. It's exciting. These will be our first official swim out suites. We have 2 properties that have like a plunge pool, but no actual swim out suites. And then lastly, I want to take you down to Savanetta. Savanetta is south of the airport. This is 10 minutes south of the airport. So this is an area that most people are not familiar with. And this is where our overwater bungalows are located. So those of you who are familiar with Aruba but not familiar with the overwater bungalows, you're getting a sneak peek at this. We've had these on island for quite some time. We were the first in the Caribbean. Our overwaters are very different from most overwater bungalows anywhere. Definitely different than those in the Caribbean. This is Sophia. She is a penthouse unit. The property has penthouse units, overwater bungalows, and beachside units. There's only a handful of units, so you have to book direct. They do not work with tour operators, but they do pay commission. When you see the units, more space outdoors and indoors than any other overwater bungalows in the Caribbean or Mexico. The owner is an artist, so she individually decorates each unit, and you're not going to see any 2 units that are the same. So when you're on the website, you'll see the names of each unit. The larger picture is Quita Bonita. The bathroom picture is from Maiwisha, and then the overwater at the bottom is Dushi Su. So each one, as you see the name, you can see the pictures for all of that unit. You'll see the availability and the pricing of them as well. It's an amazing property. ArubaOceanVillas.com. You can check it all out. Your clients will not be disappointed. It's just finding the availability is the hard part, but definitely a wonderful property. So what's coming up next? That's a sneak peek at the construction site there at Baby Beach. St. Regis is coming along on Palm Beach, as I mentioned, where that picture was taken, right there next to the Rio Antillas. It will be opening up anytime. We don't know the exact date. Depends on when they can do their soft opening, but it will be anywhere from Christmas, New Year's of 24 to May of 25. So that's the St. Regis with 220 rooms. We also have there at the Eagle Beach area where that little white dot is, we have the Iberostar Grand EP. So we've got an adults only EP property right there at Eagle Beach, across the street from the beach, just between the Amsterdam Manor before you get down to the Bukuti. So nice little location there. It's being built like the Embassy Suites, where it looks huge. It's only 260 rooms. Looks huge, but it's because everything has a view. So it's facing out towards the water, and it just looks massive. But it's because they're building it to where they all face the water. So that's looking amazing, and it's coming along quickly. All the way down at the other end of the island, you've got Baby Beach. Down past the overwater bungalows, opposite end of the island. And that's where they are building that construction site that I just showed you. That's the Hyatt all-inclusive. In Aruba, we have a law that a maximum of 40% of our room inventory can be all-inclusive. And with this project that was already on the books, we are already at that 40%. That's why Iberostar is EP. And, if some people ask, well, why aren't you getting more all-inclusive? It's because we have to keep the integrity of the destination. We have to make sure that we are not putting businesses out of business. And we have to take care of our locals. It's part of that sustainability for the destination. So this one is an all-inclusive down at Baby Beach. I'm just calling it Hyatt all-inclusive. I'm not sure if they will keep it secrets, if they'll make it a Ziva, Zalar, or what. Remember, that's at Baby Beach, the family beach area. It's not on the beach, it's overlooking. So we'll wait to hear that, but it'll open in 25. To get to Aruba, you do have to fill out an entry immigrations form. We are a sustainable destination, so there are no paper forms. So everyone must do that online at edcardaruba.aw. You can fill this out as early as 7 days prior to arrival, but it has to be done no later than 4 hours prior to arrival. So if this is not done in advance, they will be denied boarding. When they go to check in at the airport and they have not completed this, they actually have to show a QR code that it's completed. If it is not done, they will be denied boarding. So please make sure that your clients go to edcardaruba.aw and fill out that form. It will come back, that QR code comes back immediately within 2 minutes. So please make sure they do that. We have some resources for you. These are great. Please check them out. One of the main ones, our Facebook page. This is a wealth of information for you. Aruba travel experts. You're going to find things like contacts for the hotels. I have a 4-page document on there of restaurants, peer-to-peer questions and information that you can get. We do a webinar with hotels and activities every other week. So we would love to have you on there if you're looking for additional information. We also have agents.aruba.com for you, which is where you're going to find a form if you're ever going to be on island, where you can fill out a site inspection form for an independent site inspection. So it's like a mini do-it-yourself FAM if you're on island type of a deal. You'll also find discounts while you're on island for like activities and restaurants and things like that. So great place to find that kind of information. And if you want to learn more about the destination and be able to work closer with us, the Destination Specialist course, the educational course at Travel Agent Academy/Aruba. Take that course. You can even report your bookings on there and possibly earn some random drawing rewards, cash rewards, and top production rewards. So great information that we have for all of that. Plus, if you're doing any weddings, we have an incentive. If you tell us about your wedding before you actually sign the contract, whether you're booking it with the hotel direct, booking it with the tour operator, doesn't matter. However you're booking it, then you are eligible for $10 per room night. It has to be a minimum of 75 room nights. That's only 15 rooms on a 5-night stay. Obviously, if you're doing longer stay, it would be less room nights. A group is 10 rooms. So, I mean, that's easy enough to do. So it's it's easy to do. So a 15 room block for 5 nights is nothing for a group, a wedding group. So definitely keep in mind, we love to pay out additional money. Let us pay you more money. And that's on top of your regular commission. And then lastly, this is our sales team. We're here to help you. Take a picture of this, or I can send it over to you, your team, and y'all can have it as a PDF. But these are your contacts. If you need anything, let us know. Work closer with us. Ask us questions. Pick our brain. We're here to help you sell the destination better. So reach out to us. As I said, I'm the director of sales, so they all report to me anyway, but I don't have anyone in the New England area, so I'm covering that territory right now as well. Plus, I have the whole central U.S. from Pennsylvania over to the Dakotas down to Texas. So I cover that territory as well. But I'd just like to thank you all for coming and see if there's any questions that I can answer in the meantime.
All right, thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim. All right, so everyone type in your questions in the chat box and we will answer your questions.
The ED card Aruba.aw. That's the immigrations form.
All right.
Yeah, Edward David Aruba. Edward David card Aruba.aw. Yeah. They're just flying in there now. Oh, goodness. Yeah, you typed it in for me.
Ready? Let me see. What all-inclusive hotels are in the Palm Beach area?
All-inclusive would be the two Riu properties, Riu Palace Aruba, Riu Palace Antilles. Antilles is the adults only. You've got the Barcelo. Then they do the all-inclusive at the Holiday Inn as well.
Okay. Alrighty. They asked, were you in Aruba? Kim is based out of Houston, Texas.
That's right. I'm a Texas girl. My accent not give it away?
Alrighty. Let's see. Someone asked, do the cruise ships needs to fill out the ed card?
No, they do not.
Yeah. Usually if you're traveling from the US on a cruise and you're coming back to the US on a cruise, usually don't have to do that type of stuff. All right, what was the website we needed to register on to get extra money for bookings?
That is through travelagentacademy.com /Aruba.
Any more questions? Let's see. Can you please provide the adult only resorts?
Adult only, we have Bakuti and Riu Palace Antilles, and then soon to be the Iberostar Grand. And then you've got the Renaissance Marina Tower. So it's kind of portion being adults only. And then you've got elements of adults only at the Marriott Stellaris Casino. They have the Trade Winds Club, which is adults only. That's the top floor. And so all of that floor is adults only. And they have the adults only swimming pool. So they have elements of adults only. Boardwalk is 12 and up. So it's not 100% adults, but it's adult adjacent.
Okay. All righty. Do you know if they plan to renovate the Riu Palace?
And the big question for everyone, 2025.
Okay, so
it's all this new Riu club. I forget the other word they have in there, but just like Barcelo has the club levels, they're doing that with the Riu next year at the Antilles. And so they're doing that first. And so after they get that implemented at the Riu Antilles, then they'll have to go into the Riu Palace Aruba to do renovations. So it's slated for 25.
Okay, perfect. If you can you show that screenshot again that you have with the Facebook page?
I definitely can.
So everybody get ready. When she puts it up, take a screenshot so you will have it.
Yeah, oops, hold on. I will have to, well, here, I can still show it there. That's fine.
Yeah, they can, yep, 48.
There we go.
So everybody take your screenshots. Going once, going twice, All righty. All right, any more questions, anybody? We got a lot of great information, a lot of thank yous. This has been amazing.
Good. And you've got my contact. So if you have questions, reach out to me or any of our team. That's what we are here for. But yeah, like we just want to help you guys out too. I saw a lot of you are new, and that's don't ever think that a question is, you know, too silly or anything like that, because everybody starts somewhere. And you know, we want to make you shine when you're out there. And so this is that different type of destination. I know a lot of people will just easily lean into Mexico and those all-inclusives, and Aruba is just not that type of destination. It's that destination where people want to get out and about and explore. So you really have to understand it a little differently. So
Okay.
yeah.
All righty. One more question. Where can they locate marketing materials?
Again, reach out to us. We've got, you know, we still have some paper brochures. We have digital brochures. We have, we don't do the social post rolled out for you, but we've got imagery for social posts. We've got videos for social posts. You know, the way we say is it needs to be your voice when you do a social post. So if you have the same social post as everybody else, what's separating you from that other person? So we let you put that together. We even have some copy that you can then use our content to then create your tone. But yeah, we don't do the rollout post.
Okay. And then if you do not mind, one more time putting up the screenshot with the different managers.
Um,
All right, everybody, it's up. Take your screenshots.
yeah.
But if not, we'll get this information and we'll make it public. But also this week training has been recorded, so it will be posted. So you will be able to refer back to this later. So if you didn't get a chance to get your screenshot, this training is recorded, so you will be able to see it later. All right, thank you, Kim. All right, one last question. Who is the BDM for Ohio?
That's me.
Hey, it's Kim.
Ohio, round on the ends, high in the middle. I love Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
Right.
guys.
No, you're fine.
Cheesy,
You're
but
fine.
I love Ohio. Go Buckeyes.
Hey, all right, Kim. So we want to thank you again. Everybody in the chat, if you could put a bunch of A's for Aruba just to show Kim how much you appreciate her and how much you plan to sell Aruba travel. So just put some A's in the chat, you know, show us some love and appreciation for her training.
Love you guys.
All right. Well, thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim. We truly appreciated having you. And like I said, this recording will be posted. And Kim, we will be in touch for some of those other activities we talked about with the training.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. If y'all need anything, we're here for you.
All right. Thanks again, Kim.
Awesome.
All
Take
right.
care.
All right.
Have a blessed day.
You too.
Bye.
This call is officially over.